You heard it.
Okay, yes. Well, for those that don't know melanin, maybe we should start from the very beginning, like the very primordial truth that melanin is in every living thing. NASA finds it in space. It's what makes the blackness of space black, because melanin is a black pigment, but the variations make the green of the grass and the blue of the sky, and the different and the butterfly or the chameleon. These are all endless permutations of the melanin pigment. It's the paintbrush, but it's even more than that. It's essential to all life. And what I've learned from Dr. Arturo after his 36 years is that his form of melanin can reactivate people's ability to make it in the proper quantity, which many of us have lost, even the darker skinned people. So this is like a reactivation of this most essential ingredient, and it brings oxygen to every cell. So it's good for every condition without any overdosing. It doesn't contradict. And then it brings hydrogen. It brings the miracle of hydrogen, which is the great source of power. We all know about the hydrogen bomb. That's powerful. So melanin actually does a miracle in each cell, whatever it needs for oxygen and hydrogen, the power to change the cell, the power, even to fix defective DNA. So I just wanted to set that platform, and because a lot of people will be hearing this, because it's a very important call to me, that we could start from this basic introduction, and now Arturo can give a much better introduction than me, because this has been his whole life for 36 years.
Yes, even in the tree that is in your background, nada.
The palm tree?
The palm has melanin in the trunk. Look, the color is brown, like skin, like my skin.
Yes.
So melanin is dark. It's not black. It's dark. There is a certain difference. So the correct name is dark.
Dark.
How do you spell? How do you spell?
Dark. D-A-R-K. Dark.
Oh, dark.
Not black. Dark.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, maybe he could talk about dark energy and dark matter. That's been a question.
Yes. See the difference?
Dark energy and dark matter?
Yes.
Both? It's actually in both worlds, right?
Yes, the dark matter is melanin. Has the same chemical and physical characteristics. If you see the theoretical characteristics of dark matter, it's the same characteristic of melanin. It's the same one, no difference.
Well, in plants, in fungi, they call it allomelanin. In people, there's eumelanin, pheomelanin, and then what makes your brain, all your 12 nerve plexuses need neuromelanin. So anyway, this is the miracle of melanin behind the scenes. Powerful people have known about it. The third eye and the pineal gland, and unless thine eye be single, you won't see the kingdom of God. The pineal gland is central to the melanin generation network. Melanin is made in the skin, your largest organ, but it's also assisted by the hormones in the pineal gland and the pituitary. But to show everyone listening how important melanin is, it's way beyond melatonin and suntan lotion. When you're born, every fetus, the first organ is not the heart. It's not the brain. It's not the lungs. It's the pineal gland, because that helps all the other organs from the very beginning develop. So melanin is a macro molecule. It's carbon atoms, nitrogen, and oxygen. It's about 300 atoms. So you'll see a diagram of the melanin molecule on Article 314, resonant neuromelanin. Resonant neuromelanin on goldenopportunitiesdevelopment.com when you go to Global Restoration. And then I'll put the link of this introduction by Arturo himself on as a link on that article. So for people that don't know, Arturo Solis Herrera is a medical doctor, ophthalmologist, toxicologist. I think he's been a medical surgeon, and he wrote a brilliant paper for the Neuroimmunological Summit last year. So melanin is the great sleeper, whether it's for COVID or anything. I can't say everything's gonna be fixed now because of melanin with COVID, but we will see how amazing it is, because we already have evidence in Korea that people whose lungs were damaged were older, advanced cases of COVID, and this is on my article, by the way. 13 melanin scientists have done something spectacular because they had a ton of money, more than Arturo's been able to collect through pretty much his self-funded efforts. And so that study is on the article 314, Resident Neuromelanin, as will this link be right in this conversation, probably by tonight. If we can convert it into a link, you can send it to my postmaster, and I'll let Arturo continue, but I'll give you my postmaster's email, Nada, okay?
Okay.
So now I'll give the microphone back to Arturo, because he's really the melanin Mozart here in this conversation.
Okay. Questions?
The melanin mafia. You're the mafia boss of melanin.
Okay. Good fun.
How did you stumble upon it?
Sorry, I don't understand clearly.
How did you stumble upon this discovery? How did you find out of this the Kiapi and the function in restoring the balance of the melanin production?
In 1919, I began a study about the treatment causes of disease in the eye. That is the same causes in all the world: glaucoma, macular degeneration, and diabetic retinopathy. Because the treatment are very limited, very, very limited. So I began the study to try to find something better, something new. And I study the blood vessels of the optic nerve, because the blood vessels of the optic nerve are so small. The optic nerve in humans has 12 human hairs together of diameter, so it's so small. But with the microscope, we begin to detect details about melanin and blood vessels. It's like a crosstalk between them. And I found that more melanin, less blood vessels. That's what was my fine axiom, because it's not necessary to show it, to demonstrate it, because in every patient it occurs, and vice versa. Less melanin, more blood vessels. And I tried to explain it. So, and years later, I found that the melanin in the tissues increase the oxygen levels. And in my work conditions was a 34% more, so it's significant. And vice versa, less melanin, less oxygen in tissues. And I tried to explain it, and finally I understood that the output of oxygen must come from one from one part. It's not from miracle. And the eye is 95% water. So the substrate is there. Now we need a molecule that dissociates the water molecule. Melanin was the best candidate, and thereafter I made some experiments and happened with what we expect. So it was 12 years, was 6,000 patients included in the study. It's not easy. And the melanin, when we restore the function of melanin, the depression is gone, disappear, because when the body goes into balance, also the mind, we are an all, and in depression, it's very good. It's very good. It's very good results at any age. And the doses is the same. 3 drops every 2 hours during that time.
Wow. So how long does the little bottle last? If you take 3 drops every 2 hours every day?
About a month.
A month. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So for people listening, we're going to try to make this something available to many people, but just people should know that Arturo has been doing the science for 30 years. Now, you know, he could make up to 10,000 bottles a month, but he's not doing that just yet. So there are a number of people like myself that hope we can make this a great outreach. I was just reading that this company, Sanofi, they want to make 100 million doses of a vaccine available. Okay, so I thought, gee, it would be great if at least we had a 1,000,000-man march. We had 1 million bottles in the world. 1 million people could experience for 30 days the magic of the Melanin millennium, where health is natural. And again, we're careful not making claims, but we have many studies. We have many clinical studies. And we'll be doing more. We'll have a clinical study on COVID. It's just with 30 people, but I think it'll be pretty impressive. And it's a proper scientific paper.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right. So we are working towards 1 million melanin Kiapi success.
1 million-man march.
There you go, 1 million-man march. Success.
Yeah, now with the proper money, when we see my friends in New York on Wall Street and working with the big banks of the world, some of them appreciate melanin. They take it. They experience the benefit. One of my friends works with the Forbes family. He's the lead developer for all the Forbes family businesses in the world. They're billionaires for 100 years. He's the lead business developer. He has an oximeter. He took melanin he had a couple of drops. After 6 hours, he put an oximeter on himself, and his oxygen saturation was like up past 90%. And his kids that go jogging in Central Park every day for 5 miles, they didn't have that oxygen reading that he did just from taking melanin. So melanin is a magical, natural, mystical substance that MIT has spent probably about $500 million on for 30 years. They still can't figure out the molecule. The diagram on my article to show you the melanin molecule is just a guess, because it is dark energy. It is dark matter. It defies conventional $1 million microscopes and things they have in Chicago, Northwestern, MIT. So it's really it's in the higher dimensions. It's the ambassador between all dimensions, all life forms, all waveforms, all forms of light, sound. And this is proven scientifically. When you see I must have about 200 scientific links now in my article, Resonant Neuromelanin. So you'll see it's very, very, very profound, and we're just starting. We're just starting. This could be the beginning of the melanin millennium.
All right. More power to you. More power to us.
Yeah, this is the molecule that makes everyone ascend. It's what you have to have for Kundalini, higher experiences. They've actually proven this. When you have higher experiences, higher brain waves, you must have more and better neuromelanin in your central nervous system. There's a biochemistry of ascension. You can meditate and do all these things in yoga and study the Great Pyramids and be in them. It's all good. However, if you have knowledge of melanin science, you can activate the Great Pyramid within every cell of your body in a very profound way, because it is a triangle. It's melanin, light, and oxygen is the basis of all life throughout the galaxies. Remember, melanin is a form of carbon, but it also has nitrogen and oxygen. So it's not just carbon. There's a big confusion, Afrocentrism. Black people found this out and said, well, we're better. Yes, they do make more melanin, but because of the contamination, we all need more melanin activation. And a lot of the lighter races are genetically, we've lost one or two genes. They've actually identified those genes that make the proper amount of melanin. And even if you have those genes, you still don't have the active melanin system, like the endocannabinol system for cannabis. To me, that's just a backup. I think cannabis is now something for construction, but I think that the melanin system is more profound. It's the more intrinsic medicine with every cell, even more profound than cannabis, which is still good for, bedding and construction and instead of cutting down wood. But I think the real missing medicine, the real missing link we missed in especially the Western culture is the mystery and the science of melanin activation, which nobody to my knowledge has done as much activating your own ability to make melanin as Arturo Herrera, Dr. Arturo Herrera, who's in Agua Caliente, California. And for people listening, don't listen to me, go to his website, humanphotosynthesis.com. He has a wonderful book. He has a battery that makes power maybe for 100 years, and it's patented in Russia, and it's patent pending here. It's called the BatGen. It's not just a battery, it generates power. It's an organic battery. It's an organic battery because melanin is an organic molecule in space. The seeds of life are amino acids made by melanin in interstellar space. NASA has found this in the depths of space, light years from here.
Wow. There is the connection and the link to the black hole. I think Sandy had, right?
The awareness, the ascension. This is the ascension molecule. All molecules are important for ascension. You have to have blood circulating in your brain to be alive, to be ascension. However, the key to making all the molecules, the master hidden organizer behind all of them, I do believe, is the melanin molecule. All molecules are important. Even some fat is necessary, some muscle. So there's billions of molecules, but the melanin molecule seems to be the hub of the wheel of all life, not just people.
The binding force. Eddie, I think Sandy had a question. Sandy.
Yeah, and Eddie, that what you're saying is fascinating because, it seems that if that's the case and he has a battery that's organic, it's my belief that many advanced civilizations that we don't know about actually have craft that are part organic.
Actually, melanin is, to tell you the truth, the greatest science fiction novel in history. I met the author. It was called Dune, okay? And his son is still writing books. I want to talk to his son. In that book, it said the greatest commodity in all the galaxies, and yes, some of their craft was organic, was a biochemical that helped people ascend. It was called spice, the spice of life. It was called melange. And how similar is that to the word melanin?
I don't know, but and
very
There's a
similar.
lot of things that people take to do things, but I believe our bodies are capable of doing it naturally. And that really is related to my question for Arturo, and that would be, how long do you take it? Do you just take it all the time,
Yes.
or yes, so that your body doesn't ever get to the point where it can make its own melanin?
No, it's because the imbalance of melanin is caused by contaminated water, polluted airs, pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers, industrial waste, uh, stress, and this is present all the time. So we need to reinforce
I
our
see.
body to keep away this imbalance. Even if you reach a good level of balance, you need to protect the body because the pollution is so high. But even the balance protects you from COVID.
Well,
Oh,
yes, if you're balanced, you don't get sick. That's right.
right.
So, and I've been on your website and I looked at it, and so do we need to, in order to order, we probably, it comes from Mexico. Is that where you are?
That's right.
Yes,
So we should probably order. How did you get it, Diane? Do you get,
I got it. I got it.
Hey, Diane or Sandy, yeah, this is a natural activation. We need it because of an unnatural 5,000 years of pollution. And
that makes sense. Yeah.
we wouldn't have it. So there's one other thing. There's another product. There's a book about this. I suggest everyone get. This is the Bible of melanin.
I saw it. Yeah.
It's another product. It's a topical product.
Oh.
yes,
Well,
yes.
I'd like to start taking the drops. Are you taking them, Nada?
I have shared mine with Diane. I haven't started doing mine, so I wanted her to get on it as soon as I got it. So I gave it to her. But I wonder if maybe we do a combo order and get a number of them. It will save on the shipping because shipping is extremely expensive,
Oh.
almost as expensive as the product itself. So maybe if we get, more bottles, maybe that will be lower then. I'm not sure, but definitely worth a try. Do you know, Dr. Arturo, if we order more of a bulk, does it affect the shipping cost?
Yes. It's because the shipping from Mexico to the United States is so expensive.
Yes, very expensive.
From the United States to Mexico is not so expensive. I think it's I don't know why, because DHL is the price is. But please talk with my wife or with my doctor. She can help you. He can help. He can assist you. Do you?
Is
You
it
have
best?
the.
Is it the best? I think I communicated via email when ordering. I went straight, I think, to the website, and that's how I ordered. Or would it be better to talk to her?
As you wish. It's because there are many people every day to want to talk with me and with them. But the phone numbers is here.
You're giving us a message, okay?
Yes,
Yeah, you just put the email. Carmen is your wife, I guess. So that's her email and her phone number.
yes.
I already wrote down your contact information. Thank you.
Thank you. Good. Okay.
My doctor is.
So who's the doctor? What are you referring to, the doctor?
Dr. Rucholis is my doctor. And she speaks English very well. So if you want to talk English, talk with her, please.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Do we have any more questions? Are we complete for now?
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Dr. Arturo, thank you so much for your time and for giving us such a great product, but also for all the great explanations. So this is recorded, and I will put it, I'll transfer it onto YouTube so it is easier to share. And I will share, once I do that, I will share it with you too, so you can use it as well if
Okay.
you want to. And then looking forward to talking to you on Friday.
All right.
Arturo, I just have a question. It looks like the second phone number that you put in there has an extra number in it. So is that a mistake?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. That's the first number. Yeah, that's a different number. Well, that's the doctor's number. No.
Sorry.
That's okay. All these numbers.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank
So,
you.
I
Thank
have to
you.
go and
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again, and have a good evening. Good night, ladies. Good night. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Eddie. And talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.
okay.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Look forward to taking the melanin. Bye-bye.
Yes,
Bye
thank you.
bye.
Take good care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.